One take Connor. Welcome back. No. Hi and welcome back to the CU. Today is filming day and we're here in Norwich.
Anyway, today we are doing an instruction-based game where Connor is going to instruct me to make a stress ball while I can't see. So
Hello.
It's the weirdest meal I've ever had.
The first step.
Oh God!
So you've selected the blue balloon.
Oh yay!
Just realised we've got nothing to use to get the ingredients into there with. Here is the rice.
Thank
And
you.
here's the flour. There's rice everywhere.
Is there? Oh, I didn't do it. Where's the flour? Where is it? Oh, it feels so horrible and nice at the same time.
Did you just flick that at me?
No. Is that better?
Yeah, that's not, you've not made any mess at all. It's quite messy.
I don't feel very stressed. Do you feel stressed? Maybe you should squeeze it.
Yeah.
Did you move the bag? You did?
Touch anything.
Liar! You're such a liar, Connor!
But you've, no, just,
What are you talking about?
it's not moved anywhere.
You have literally moved
Try
it
again.
from me.
Try again.
Lying is a sin.
You're doing that on purpose.
No. Not one bit. More flour. Give it.
Have you tried, like, not accusing me of lying? And that?
Oh my gosh, I knew! Connor!
That nearly went on the floor. I would suggest putting more flour and rice in. These instructions are
What
terrible.
do you think I'm doing? Connor! Hello?
Now you've got it tied up.
I can do that.
Oh, you've done it.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised that you've managed that.
Oh, this is actually quite nice because there's layers, right? There's layers of rice and there's layers of flour. So I get the fun of mixing it and it's quite soothing. ASMR. Who's listening? Oh, I feel like I've been shot. It's so bright out here. Everything's orange.
Today we've got a mixture of activities because... Oh, help me.
On to game 2!
Welcome to game 2. What we're going to do is we're going to find a weird object from the office, and there are plenty because it is a youth work office.
So the other person has their weird objects. They have to describe it to the drawer, but not too obviously that the person gets it. So I want Connor to draw it badly. He wants to draw it well. I have to say the truth. He has to then draw it, and then we're going to see how similar they are. They are, not there are.
Well, Gemma's gone to find something weird, and yeah. Hello. What am I doing?
That's pretty weird. That's pretty weird. That's Connor's. That's pretty weird. Thing is, these are all like the obvious weird things in the office that we all know about, so I need to do a bit more digging. The pom-pom shoes. Don't ask me why I have this cut out of Nick's mouth. I'd love to see Connor draw this.
Also, hello Gemma of the future. And actually, here comes present day you.
So this object, it is both transparent and opaque. It has multiple of the same thing, and the same thing is something that if you were to zoom out and see the whole thing, it's not an offensive thing to look at. But when you zoom in and take the zoomed in thing that we've got, it's really quite vile.
That's the worst description of anything I've ever heard. Okay, I think I know what this is. I think I know what this is.
Okay.
This is something that has been littered around the office. And you'll find it in really random places.
You can't see the pencil at all on camera, just so you know.
You can't see the pencil. Oh, this is terrible.
Do you think that's what it is?
I believe I'm done. It was!
It's actually a laminated piece of paper with many of these on.
So I wasn't actually wrong.
Not bad, not bad.
Right, my turn to find something weird and wonderful now. Gemma has to talk to the camera and do a better job of me than of talking to the camera.
Oh. Oh, I'm blind.
I don't know what we could find here. It could be anything, really. I mean, we could use the T-Rex. That's probably a good idea. This also has Nick's mouth on it.
I can do this. That's quite weird. Yeah.
We have another weird thing with another former member of Norwich Youth For Christ on. There's a manky cactus. Okay, this is above Gemma's desk, so she might know what it is. It's this. I think this will be good. This is quite a cute mythical creature.
It's my unicorn from my desk.
Right, let me go and find something else. So she would have been in this room, so let's go to a different room.
I can do the whole rap from Justin Bieber's Baby. I was 13, I had my first love. There was nobody that compared to my baby or could ever come between us or could ever come above.
This is the media room. We could use a burrito. Aha, let's use this.
She woke me up daily, don't need no Starbucks.
Sneaking down the stairs.
And now my heart is breaking, but I just keep on saying.
What is she talking about?
I was on TV as a child. The Storymakers. And that really just started off the whole YouTube career.
I think I've hung out the door long enough listening to you try and fill time.
I can see it.
Oh no! Oh, for goodness sake! Well, here we go again.
I guess I better think of some more facts.
Oh. Okay, we have a bell.
My middle name has a Z in it, that's quite unusual. Low-key unbeatable at Connect 4. We had a talent show, and my talent was being unbeatable at Connect 4, and I won the show by playing Connect 4.
So this object, it's round-ish.
Okay.
It's sort of round, actually it's not round, that's a lie. It's round. And
Is it or is it not round?
Yes, it's round, and it gets a wider round at the bottom. Great. At the top of the thinnest section of the roundness.
It's more like this.
Okay. There is a segment that goes up even further. Something that you would use to fasten this object to, like a wall or a roof or something.
A wall or a roof. Okay, so it's a light bulb of some sort.
And it's also in a very funny shape.
What does a funny shape mean? Whoa. Okay.
There is a piece of string that dangles out.
Oh, it's a bell. It's a prayer bell. You think that's round?
Well, I wanted to say bell-shaped, but that would have given it away straight away. Well, I think I've lost that one as well. One day I'll win something. One day. Oh, shut up, Belle. Once again, I have lost. However, since I have no hope of redeeming myself, let's talk about a man who does have a chance of redeeming himself. It's Jonah. Surprise, surprise. Chapter 3 begins in the same way as chapter 1, God commissioning Jonah to go to Nineveh to preach against it. This time Jonah, having learnt his lesson inside the fish, obeys God and goes to Nineveh. We're told that the city was huge. It would take a whole 3 days to walk through it. Jonah goes 1 day's walk into the city and begins to say, 40 more days and Nineveh will be overthrown. A simple and short message, but one that the people of the city listened to.
The Ninevites believed God, and we see the whole city, animals and all, begin to fast and repent of their sins. Even the king of Assyria is shown to have repented, and he urges his people in a decree to give up their evil and violence and urgently call on God. When God sees that the people of Nineveh have genuinely repented, and how they have turned away from evil, he relents and does not bring destruction upon them.
The phrase the Ninevites believe God really stands out to me. In the other books of the prophets, we see the Israelites, God's chosen people, ignoring the prophets and even plotting to kill some of them. So for the people of Nineveh to believe God from the beginning really challenges me to be more like them and not to doubt God. I'm also challenged by what happens when Jonah finally obeys God. A whole city is saved from destruction. This should encourage us to trust and obey more, because when we obey God and trust in his power, amazing things can happen.
So this chapter starts off with us being reminded of how Jonah first disobeyed God and he did not go to Nineveh. Whereas now he has the opportunity to actually obey God, even though he previously disobeyed it. And this reminds me of a story that even Connor doesn't know, about a time when I felt like God was instructing me to go and speak to this random stranger. We were at this big conference, a Youth For Christ conference, and it was the night evening seminar. And there was a random guy, like 2 rows in front of me. We're all singing and like worshipping God. But there was this guy there, and there was something about him, and I was like, I need to go and speak to this guy and like ask to pray for him. I don't know what for, but I need to. And then I kept resisting, and I was like, oh no, God, I don't want to do it. It's too awkward. There's no spare seat next to him. I'd have to like get out of my row and then go into his row. And then what if he thought I was weird? I don't even know him. And then after like 5 minutes, I was like, okay, God, I will do it. Just give me a minute, but I'll do it. And I did it. And it was slightly weird. I think his friends on the row were a bit like, who is this random girl? Where is she going? But then I just sat down with him and said, hey, can I pray for you? He said, yeah, sure. So I prayed for him, and then I just sort of followed what I thought I needed to say for him. And one of those things was about the story of the prodigal son, which actually ended up being the next thing the speaker then came on stage and talked about. So that was a really weird link. But in my obedience to going and praying for this guy, he then said to me, can I pray for you too? And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. And then he said some stuff for me, like really spoke into my life and my youth work that was really personal. And if I had not gone and obeyed God's instruction to go speak to him, I wouldn't have had that prayer from him. And then also in obeying, received back, knowing how God used that so much bigger than what I thought he was going to do. That was really cool. So if you're like Jonah, and sometimes you feel like God is just calling you to just step out, even if it's just like invite your friend to church online, or anything like that. It could be something small rather than go to this big city and preach to everyone. You know, it could be something small. Even if you're just too scared and you've been declining God and running the other direction, there's still opportunity to turn around and obey him and to just let God use that and see what he wants to do with it.
So thank you for joining us for another week on the Christian Union. We hope you enjoyed this week's video. As always, go read Jonah chapter 3. It's a brilliant chapter, and it's always good to read the Word of God and have him speak to you in a unique way through what you've read. Bye.
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 Why did you do it again?
Bye.